To drop YouTube or to not drop YouTube, that is the question of this video. Now, some people might be looking at our channel. We are monetized. They might think, why the heck would you drop this channel? I mean, you're monetized. Why not just keep going? And other people might find out through our story in just a moment that our life has changed. And yeah, you know what? If your life has changed this much, maybe you shouldn't keep going with this channel. I made this video because I really wanted to have a chance to think this through a little bit for myself. And I thought this might be really good for anybody who is wondering if they should start a YouTube channel, or if they're in the midst of it and it's painfully slow, or it's really hard, because just so you know, it is really actually quite hard. So if you are here because you're in that kind of position, I'm hoping this video is for you and that you'll learn a little bit from the people who have been here doing this for about 2 years, who have had a kind of slow, steady increase and is doubting the channel and their ability to keep going. So here's my story and why I'm thinking I might drop the channel. When we started this channel, we started it actually as our adventures as a family moving out to another part of Canada. We're from Ontario originally, moved to Nova Scotia, and it was all about our adventures moving out there. What it was like to kind of move across country, explore this new province, and just have our general adventures while we were there. This was during COVID when we really wanted to be world traveling, but we couldn't. And so we just took a different approach to our adventures. Then we did change our channel already once throughout our time on YouTube, and we moved to world travel about a year ago. We have been doing this channel already through one major change, one from just kind of moving to Nova Scotia to world travel. And we took a year traveling the world, and unfortunately, we've now had to move back home. Another change. The reason why we had to move back home was because we were going through our savings really quickly. That's actually a video I probably could talk about and talk a little bit about how much it actually is to travel full time and how to kind of gauge that before you go. With the slow traction that this channel has taken and a major change in our life once again, I am doubting whether or not we should keep going with this channel. In fact, it has been nearly 4 months since I have actually put anything on this channel, and that includes the last travel experience that we had, which was in Mexico. I was already starting to just feel disheartened doing this channel at all, and then a bunch of stuff happened in Mexico. It just, I don't know, made it kind of fall apart, and the ability to do the videos was hard, and anyway, doesn't matter. We haven't actually posted anything for nearly 4 months. Almost felt like we had dropped the channel. And throughout this time, I promise you, through this big change in our life, I've been racking my brain. Do I keep going? Do I not keep going? Should I go? Should I not? Should we do YouTube? I don't even know anymore. And it was really hard to choose. I mean, the channel really hasn't produced a lot, even though we're monetized. It's not like we're rolling in the dough from that monetization. It takes a while. You need to actually have a lot going on in your channel before you can actually really make a living at it. And trying to consider what to do with this channel, it's much more my project than it is my husband's. If you've watched any of our other videos, he's in them, but he's decided he's kind of wanting to do some other projects that he really loves. That's more his thing. It's not that he didn't like YouTube, but he really had passions that he wanted to focus on. So this really kind of came to me in deciding whether or not I particularly wanted just to keep going with this channel. And that was another factor for us, right? So many life changes, and then in addition to the fact that now I'm working full time as a marketing coordinator and all that kind of stuff, do I actually also want to keep going with our channel? With all of these changes, what would our channel even be about at this point? It's really hard for me to decide. And if you are somebody who struggles with deciding what to put on your channel, what videos to make, then you'll get this. You'll understand how hard it is to choose what videos to make, because it's not always cut and dry. You know, you make content, you try and test all these different things, and sometimes it works and sometimes it totally flops. So we've had a few videos that have gone super well, tens of thousands of views, which is good for a small channel, and you have some that are just kind of hundreds, you know, if you can get there. And so we have definitely struggled with knowing what videos work for people and what videos don't. And if you've ever had a life change and you have projects like this going on and you're like, do I keep going with this? I don't even know anymore. The doubt really sinks in all of these areas, and you kind of go, I don't know if I got it in me anymore, or I just don't even know what to do with this anymore. That's where I am. That's where I was, I think, before I made this video. But now let's move into why I don't want to give up on this channel. It took us about a little less than a year and a half to get monetized, which to some is kind of slow, and to some, it's quite fast. It's been a steady increase over time. It just felt really slow to me because I'm kind of impatient. So yeah, it took about almost a year and a half to get to monetization, which is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, in case you're wondering. From monetization, when we reached about 1,000 people, we now have over 1,600 people. And so it actually took 3 months to get to 600 more subscribers, which was kind of crazy to me. You know, that it took like almost a year and a half for 1,000, and now it's only taken about 3 months for 600. That's quite a leap. And it really helps me realize that what YouTube is this place that kind of has like this exponential growth. It's really slow at the beginning for many. I mean, I think some people kind of hit the mark really quickly and have the growth happen a lot faster. But for most of us who get started on YouTube, it's definitely that slow growth until it just starts to steamroll and that exponential growth continues to happen. And I see that. I see that happening. And in fact, I see that happening when we haven't even posted a video in the last nearly 3 to 4 months. We continue to grow even without putting videos up. Now, that's going to stop eventually if I don't put something back up like this video, but it still happened, and that's pretty cool. The other thing is that we got our first paycheck, something that we got about 3 months after. It took us a while to input all of our tax info to get the check, but we got our check, our first check from YouTube, and that was really cool. It was when we got the check that I actually started to feel a little bit more hope again in the channel. After 3 months, we made a total of $370. Not too bad, really, for your first check from YouTube. Not bad at all, but, you know, not paying the bills. So it gave me enough hope, though, to realize that if I kept going, I might actually be able to make something work here. The other factors that go into this, aside from just numbers and money, is that I really enjoy making videos. I love talking to you guys. I know that's kind of weird because I'm really just talking to a camera, but I know that I'm talking to you guys. Like when I make these videos, I picture the people who might be watching these videos. I picture this person who hasn't started YouTube yet, but is thinking I kind of want to. Well, what is this person like? Are they going to drop YouTube? Why would they want to drop YouTube? Right? Like for the people who just got started and it's going really slowly and it's really hard, or it's for those people who are thinking like, oh, this has been so much work. I don't know if it's worth it. You know, I know that these are the people who are watching this, who are my family, because you know they probably watch my videos. But I enjoy talking to you. It's kind of weird. I'm good at picturing the people who I would talk to. On another personal note is I have given up on a lot of things in my life. I've started so many projects and so many ideas, and I have given up so many times, and I hate that I've given up so many times. I just want to stick with something, and because I do enjoy this so much, I do enjoy making these videos. I don't know, this is one project that I'm just not sure I'm ready to let go of. And finally, I think I actually still have a lot to offer here. Even if we aren't traveling full time, we're still a family that loves to adventure and get out there. We have spent a year traveling. We've actually lived overseas as well, separate from when we started our channel. We've traveled so much with our kids that I think that we have a lot to offer here for people, and I still have lots of experiences to share. You might have guessed, even really just from the fact that I've made this video, that I am not going to drop our YouTube channel. For the last 3 to 4 months, I definitely thought I was going to drop the channel. I really desperately tried to not. I was clinging to it in some ways, but it was like this other part of my brain that was really ready to give up. But I don't know, something's happened, and I think my mind is cleared after having such a big change in our life that I've come to a place where I feel like I can say that I want to keep going. That's because it might be slow progress, but at least it's progress. It's something. I've seen how it has been able to grow. I am somebody who gets impatient and wants to give up when progress feels slow. But at least with YouTube, I'm actually able to see the numbers. I'm able to see some results that help me feel a little bit more hope for that progress growing and that exponential growth that I was talking about. The thing is that people's lives change. And if I'm going to do YouTube, I got to understand, and I'm hoping that my audience will hopefully understand too, that people change their lives and things happen. And if I keep going, I'm hoping I can continue to build based on our connection, as well as the things that I can offer you. I'm going to push my doubt aside, and I am going to keep going with this channel. If you are watching because you want to start a YouTube channel, you're wondering what it's like, or if you have really slow progress, or you're just, I don't know, in a place where you're just not feeling it, and maybe the work just feels like it's so much more work than the reward, I really want you to consider how much this can pay off one day. Think of the future. Think about the growth that you could have. I really hope that you will be able to push your doubt aside and keep going. So what's the channel going to be about? Well, I'm still not actually fully decided on that. And so I'm going to start with just continuing on sharing my experiences on YouTube, or just generally in traveling, because I still have so many things that I could talk about. I'm going to just start with those and we'll see where it goes. And I hope that you guys join me. So I will see you every further mile.